So check this out, you guys. I almost drove my ATV over this. It would not have made it. So unbelievable. Oh, I wish you could see down in there. I hope I don't drop my phone. I mean, come on. 18 inches, I would say. Nope. 2 feet right here. 12 inches there. This is just wild.
2 new fissures opened today. That makes 17 total. First at about 6:45 this morning, about a mile northeast of the others at Leilani Estates and a mile below the Puna geothermal plant property. Officials say minor spattering and a flow that only traveled about 250 yards before stalling. Then at about 6 o'clock tonight, about a half-mile northeast from fissure 16, number 17. Spattering and fumes, but no flow reported yet. Officials say no homes are in immediate danger from either. Hawaiian Volcano Observatory scientists warn that the earthquakes, ground deformation, and high emissions of sulfur dioxide indicate more outbreaks are likely and communities downslope could be at risk of being inundated by lava. Also today, Hawaii County Civil Defense issued a directive telling all vacation rental owners and operators in Lower Puna to shut down so emergency operations can focus on residents in the area. We spoke with one owner as she was packing up, preparing to evacuate.
There's a lot of visitors in that area, folks that probably don't know the layout of the land there, so it'd be a little bit more difficult for them to understand how to evacuate if they need to evacuate at a moment's notice.
Upon receiving the directive, Angel Olmsted, who owns an Airbnb rental in Lower Puna, stopped all instant bookings on the website. She agrees that it's not a good time to visit Pahoa.
It's not a good destination right now for tourism. And frankly, I mean, we just need people out of our way, because the less people down here to get out, the better, because when they say that, we more than likely will only have a single road to get out on, and it could be a dirt road.
The directive covers Leilani Estates to Kapoho, to Kalapana and Pohoiki, including the Black Sands Beach subdivision.
There's air quality issues. There's the lava itself. There's road closures that you don't know from one moment to the next what road may be closed or open.
As for the residents of Lower Puna, Civil Defense has been urging them to be ready to evacuate. Some are voluntarily leaving now, some closing up their business.
I believe it's 12:58. May 12, 2018. I'm on Mohala. Behind me is Kahukai, so I came up that way. So much for no more videos, huh? This is just a crazy lava flow in my...
Reporter Sarah Madison and photographer Eric Bathan spoke with some in the area and got an up-close look after the first fissure opened today.
There are cracks on Highway 132, and fissure 16 erupted about a mile away from Puna Geothermal. So officials and residents are concerned that the main access to and from Kalapana will be cut off soon. Fissure 16 has erupted just northeast of Puna Geothermal Venture, putting Lower Puna on edge once again. It opened up more concerns for this family who has already lost a home in Leilani Estates.
Mom's just moved here from Oregon about a month ago, and her house burnt to the ground.
With all of her belongings from 88 years, everything's gone.
She hadn't even unpacked.
And now,
So-
now she's up at my sister's and she's being evacuated again. I
We've
don't
got
know.
a sister down here in Kapoho, and so now the thing is coming down our way again.
As the magma heads east, so are the officials. They've recently started preparing people to let them know that they may need to leave soon.
What we're doing in the lower Puna area is going around to the non-evacuated residents and communities just to let them know as a precautionary measure that we'd like them to be ready and prepared to evacuate at a moment's notice.
The major concern for people in Seaview and Kalapana is road access. Highway 137, also known as Red Road, shows the untouched beauty of Hawaii, but it's the only way in and out.
So we're pretty much losing availability to our home and the business, and we need to get out and start planning how we go forward.
Michael Silva has made the hard decision to close his shop, Kaimu Corner, and leave.
I've been driving around in my truck with all kinds of things in it. I go out in the morning and the evenings to get my medications to my truck now. I know several are staying because they're afraid for their homes. And they probably, I sense, because I know who they are and I know their lives, don't really have other choices.
County crews have been checking the sulfur dioxide in Kalapana. National Guard has also been canvassing the area, but some still feel left in the dark.
There's people that have anxieties. There's people that have a hard time with this kind of stuff, and they're freaked. They're panicked.
The hard reality is their beloved community may never be the same.
This is our home. We love it. It's time to go.
Officials are spreading the word to Lower Puna residents who haven't evacuated yet that they may need to leave at a moment's notice. Reporting from Kapoho, Sarah Madison, KHON 2 News.
And at Kilauea Summit, USGS scientists say rock falls in Halema'uma'u crater generated a steady and vigorous plume of steam and ash, some falling a little downwind. They say the lava lake level is still dropping. We also spoke to geologists today to learn more about the science behind the magma that's in the East Rift Zone. They're seeing signs that the lava outbreaks are not stopping anytime soon, and there's also a possibility that it could become more dangerous. Sarah Madison joins us with more. Sarah?
Kathy, slow-moving lava poured out of the latest fissure, but what was surprising to scientists were the big blasts that came with it. Scientists who flew over the site saw blobs of lava hurling several hundred feet into the air.
Most impressive that was every once in a while there would just be this big blast, and you could hear the noise of that over the sound of the rotors in the helicopter, which I've never experienced.
Nearby residents were also startled.
I started hearing explosions, and it was the loudest sounding fissure that I've heard in this whole event.
Scientists believe lava from the first few fissures has been stored in the rift zone for decades, but they're counting on seeing fresher magma erupt because lava has left Pu'u'o'o crater down into the East Rift Zone.
That's the reason we're doing the chemical analyses, because we want to know when we might be seeing some of the fresher, hotter magma that's coming down the rift zone. I mean, the concern is that it could produce higher fissures and more fluid lava flows, and more fluid lava flows have the potential to travel farther than these sticky flows that we've been seeing so far.
We have bags packed just in case, so, you know, if something does change, we're out of here.
As for the Halema'uma'u crater, geologists say the lava lake has now dropped completely out of view, making it harder to measure if it's below the water table. And rock falls into the vent continues.
Should rocks fall into the conduit and form a plug, effectively, then the steam that's building can become pressurized, and then if it's pressurized enough to blast through that plug, that's the concern that we're considering. In 1924, it took some days to weeks before the explosions took place, so it could be a while longer.
Since Friday, the Hawaii Volcanoes National Park has been closed until further notice. We'll keep you updated on when the park will reopen. As for the fissures, it's impossible to know when or where they will erupt. But geologists say the earthquakes are showing the general location of the leading edge of the magma as it continues downrift. Kathy?